Technology, you heard that in the reference to the IRS. I'll tell you, 2014 may shape up to be a big year for tech stocks. The CEO of Cisco, John Chambers, told an audience out at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas yesterday that one of the biggest tech trends will be interconnected mobile devices, or what some are calling the Internet of Everything. So let's first take a listen to that.
And when you talk about mobile devices, smartphones, they're going to be more than the total population by 2015. But if you were to take away only one number from today, think $19 trillion.
So the number sounds big. Yu-Dee Chang's Ace Investment Strategist Chief Trader. He joins us now with his take, also out of Washington. So Yu-Dee, it's good to see you. The number sounds big, the 19 trillion catching a lot of people. The concept is not exactly revolutionary, I don't think, interconnected mobile devices. We all know that that's the present or the future. But you're big on technology, right, for 2014?
Yeah, I think so. There's no doubt. I actually checked into what he said and found out back in 1984, there's less than 1,000 mobile devices connected to the internet. So, of course, the expansion is huge, and 19 trillion is huge, right? But the question is, who is going to get that $19 trillion? Just to let you know, the guy who spoke himself, Cisco system, the stock is still about 60% below its 2000 high.
Right.
So the so-called internet piping companies are definitely not getting that money.
And that does separate the conversation into just kind of broad, hey, tech stocks are going to be big in 2014 versus what type of tech stocks. And you're not maybe necessarily looking at Google or looking at Facebook, but what are you looking at? What areas within technology you think will be the most successful this year?
Yes, I think online sales, I think is going to be very successful, as evident by the holiday sales, right? Holiday sales on the retail side of it, the brick and mortar side of it, they're down about 70%.
Right,
so
Amazon.
One company on the online, Amazon, no doubt about it. Amazon, not only they're grabbing business, they're doing very innovative stuff also. The so-called drone, they're using the
Yes.
pizza delivery model, right?
That's
Saying
right.
that 30 minutes or less. And they're getting very interactive online sales as well. So Amazon is a company that I like. It's been expanding for 20 years now. I think it will continue to expand. The only problem right now, maybe with Amazon right this second, is the valuation is a little bit high. So maybe a little bit pullback. I still like it for 2014.
Okay, the question about valuation, I mentioned that you're not necessarily a huge fan of the Googles and or the Facebooks, or specifically of those stocks. The other big one in technology, you've already mentioned Amazon, when you're talking about the big names, is Apple. And, you know, after the death of Steve Jobs, a lot of people say, oh, the company's not what it once was and what have you. But what about Apple? As you look at that stock chart, it's pretty good to end there to 543.78 where it trades today. What about Apple this year?
I like Apple. You think about that's the flip side of valuation. This valuation is actually relatively low. It's still got a ton of cash. It's got a very loyal customer base, right? So Apple keeps selling us the things that we didn't know we needed until they come up with it. And another thing I like is that I think they have been deeply discounted already as far as innovation is concerned. So basically, we're saying, they don't have any new stuff. So
right.
if they ever come up with something, I think the surprise is going to be to the upside.
If you like the stock, you must be betting that they will. I mean, when Liz will be on from Vegas and all the talk is about other things and curved TVs, whatever it is, but it's not necessarily, I know Apple doesn't participate in CES, but it's not necessarily the buzz around Apple that there was years ago, but you're betting that comes back.
Yeah, I'm betting on two things. One is that they still have this loyal customer base. They're still the leader in their space. Right. And the fact that they might come out with something new, if not this year, next year, the year after, and that should be a big booster. And don't forget, their deal with China Mobile should really help their earnings in 2014 as well.
A lot of people. All right, well, more tech talk with Liz out in Vegas a little bit later on. But Yu-Dee Chang, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And that Arctic blast that is